Hello again, everybody. This live connection takes a lot of internet, so I'm hoping that the internet is functioning. And I'm so sorry that this can be a mess, but I'm going to just dive right in with this week's GCC TV on how to increase your income up to 80% without adding new leads. All right. So of course, if we're not adding new leads, that means we need to be doing what with our current ones or our previous ones or our old ones? Following up. Yep, you got it. Okay. So today I'm going to give you a system on how to work with your CRM on a daily basis. Okay. Exactly the system on what you can do to follow that you can plug into your business. All right. In order for you to create time, create income, and simplify your business. Okay, guys, this is going to make your business so much easier. And it astounds me, it blows me away when I talk to people who are having incredibly successful careers, right? And behind the scenes, there's no systems, there's no structure. So imagine how you can catapult your business by putting these in place, all right? So when you drop in, say hello, please give me a like. Let me know that there is life out there, okay? So my name is Erica Fields. I am a real estate agent, coach, and business strategist. I help you create time, income, and simplify your business so that way you can get to what you really want to be doing, whatever that is, all right? Whether that's relaxing, traveling, whatever that is. All right, diving in. So we're going to start with mistakes, all right? I'm going to give you about 7 mistakes, top mistakes that you are likely making with your CRM now and what you can do to fix them, okay? And then after I give you those mistakes, I'm going to give you that system on how to operate it in the business. But you need to know the mistakes first, all right? We need to know what's happening first so we can figure out, we need to stop this behavior, and then I'm going to tell you how to operate on a daily basis with your CRM, okay? So if you're ready, type CRM into the comments, all right? Let me know. So mistake number 1 is a very common mistake, okay? And that mistake is not putting everybody in your CRM that you want to have build a relationship with, okay? And I mean everybody from your sphere of influence. All right, if you're going to get salty that they're purchasing without you, they need to be in your database, okay? All right, so we're talking about sphere of influence. We're talking about vendors, business partners. If you want to provide referrals to a vendor or a business partner, put them in your CRM so you can remind yourself and you can you can nurture that relationship, okay? So vendors or other business partners, do you have referral partners that you are often in communication with or that send you referrals from another area? Put them in your CRM so you can stay up to date with them and keep that relationship fresh. And remember, guys, the best way to get a referral is what? Give a referral, all right? Type give referral in the comments, okay? So I know you get that. So the best way to get a referral is to give a referral. So one way you can do anytime you talk to a business owner, hey, who's your ideal client? Who is best for your service? And find ways to connect business owners to products, all right? So, or services. So add your vendors, add your business partners, add your sphere of influence, all right? I'm talking about your neighbors. I'm talking about your old coworkers, your managers. I'm talking about your old or present, I don't know. Guys, my brain is crazy in this afternoon. Everybody, again, if you want to build a relationship with them, if you might be upset or you might be offended that they purchased without you, put them in your CRM. All right, make sure you have a way to keep these people in front of you, because as you get busier, right, even people that you normally talk to on a daily basis, as you get busier, that relationship tends to fall to the wayside. So please make sure you're putting your sphere of influence, again, anybody that you want to nurture, build, or maintain that relationship goes in your CRM, customer relationship management system. I hope you guys know that. All right, so even people who are not interested need to go in your CRM, all right? Type not interested in the comments, all right? even people who are not interested need to go in the CRM. Now, why would we do that? Why on earth would we put not interested, people who are not interested into our CRM? Of course, a lot of people are going to start off as not interested. Most of the people that you know are not interested in buying or selling a home right now, right? So our job is to nurture that relationship, build that relationship, provide service and provide value. So that way we can stay in front of our competition, in front of the sale. All right. And I will help you follow up in a way that will not be pushy. Am I going to do that on this one? That'll probably be a future GCC TV. Yes, Cynthia, not interested. They may become interested later. Life changes. Even if they've just purchased a house, guys, there's been a time where somebody has moved into a house and then unfortunately a divorce happens. Unfortunately, someone falls ill. Unfortunately, something happens. Or maybe they just recently moved into a house and now all of their children have moved out in the next year, and now they're realizing this house is too big and they were overly ambitious, right? Life happens. Okay, thank you, Cynthia, for bringing that up. They may become interested later, whether or not they know that, whether or not they have that planned. Okay, so not interested. So I'm talking about the expired listings that you talked to for 2 minutes, for sale by owners that said they weren't ready yet. Anybody who's like, nope, not yet, they go right into your CRM. So that way you can stay in front of the sale and stay in front of your competition. Okay, so everybody goes into that CRM. Door knocking conversations, open house contacts, past clients, referrals from other agents, Zillow, leads, internet leads, all in one central CRM, so that way you can follow up with them. All right. Moving on. Now, the second mistake is not setting tasks or reminders on everybody to follow up with them. Okay, most CRMs have a designated task section, and I highly recommend, if you find that yours does not, that you find a CRM that will allow you to have a designated task or reminder section that will allow you to set a date and time of when you need to follow up with this person again. All right, and it's highly desirable if that reminder will actually ping you. Okay, if you have a mobile CRM, mobile app for your CRM, you want that to be able to remind you that you need to follow up with this person, because as we get busy and involved in our day, especially if somebody says, call me back at 3 o'clock, we may not be ready to call them right back at 3 o'clock. Okay, we might be involved in something, so we need our phone to go off and say, hey, pay attention, like an assistant, all right? It's like an assistant for you. But without having that reminder in there, if we just write it on a Post-it note, and guys, I used to do this all the time. 3 o'clock, write it down there, completely forget about it because I get involved in something, right? I wasn't anticipating being busy at the time, but things happened, got away from me. But with that CRM, it will actually remind you just like an assistant will, okay? All right, so set tasks on everybody, including your sphere of influence, okay? Including your past clients. Everybody needs a plan, needs a time for that you are going to follow up with them. Everybody, okay? The relationship cannot be maintained. The relationship will not be built if you do not make the contact, okay? One thing I tell my clients all the time, and myself, is that the ball is always in our court. Never is the ball ever in their court, even if they were the last communications, okay? We want to make sure, even if if they were the, let's say we left a voicemail, okay? We can't sit back and say, oh, well, I left a voicemail, waiting for them. No, the ball is in our court. We still need to make the next communication. We're not going to sit back and wait. All right, so with our sphere of influence, with our past clients, we are going to be the initiator of communication each and every time, and that CRM will help you do that, okay? It's going to tell you who you need to follow up with, and most CRMs have a designated task section, and you want to find where that is in your CRM, okay? Where is your location in your CRM where you can go to that lists all of your tasks, your overdue tasks, all right, and your future tasks. All right, so this will also, by adding these people into your CRM, okay, it pains me, guys, when you have no idea who you're going to follow up with that day, because this is wasting your time. It's wasting your energy. All right. And by wasting your time and your energy, you're also wasting your money, right? Because instead of just conversation, you're like, who am I going to talk to? Oh, make this call this person. Who else needs a call today? And there's no peace of mind that you called everybody that you needed to call in that day. So the task section, all right, you've set a task for everybody. That means through the course of the entire year, you're going to follow up with everybody in that database more than once. All right. So that CRM is going to tell you, that task section is going to say, okay, this is who you need to follow up with today. Then you call them all. All right. If you don't get to them all, you can snooze some till the next day, or reset the task to the next day, or whenever you do have the time available. All right, but that will help you manage your database, and that task section will avoid anybody from slipping through the cracks, so that way you create more sales. All right, so guys, 80% of sales are made from the 6th through 12th conversation. And that doesn't mean the 6th through 12th conversation in 10 years, all right? That's 6 through 12 conversations in a short amount of time, all right? We're talking about a year or less time span, all right? Without that, they're not going to remember you. They're caught up in their day-to-day, no matter how great of a conversation it was, no matter how great of a rapport we built or connection we built, they do not remember us. Again, the ball is in our court to maintain and to build that relationship, no matter how from scratch it is, right? Even if you've just never met them before, it is your responsibility to continue to grow that relationship and take it to the next level where the 6 through 12 conversations are. All right. Now, again, 80% of sales are made through the 6 through 12 conversation. Now, here's the stat you need to know. Less than 10% of agents even make it to the 3rd conversation. And we tell ourselves there's so much competition. There's no competition after the 3rd conversation. All right. So all we got to do is make sure that we have a system in place, a repeatable system to have these conversations in a limited amount of time. All right. To make sure that we are the percentage, the small percentage that is still following up. All right, so set tasks on everybody, guys. Moving on, the next mistake is not having an intention or not having a game plan of what you are going to do with your follow-up, with your database. All right, I know that's a huge reason I don't do a lot of things, is because my idea is very vague. Right? I just think to myself, oh, okay, I need to follow up with this person, but I don't know what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. I'm tired of saying, hey, how's it going? The last time you said you were ready to buy in 6 months. Now, how are things now for you, right? It gets tiring, it gets boring, and you feel like a lame old salesperson, and nobody likes that, right? And you don't like that. Okay, so what you need to do is have a game plan before you even get in that situation, a game plan, a repeatable system of what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, how you're going to follow up with people. When you are creating a follow-up system, it is easy to get caught up in all of the different variables and, there's a million different things that if different ways that follow up in different situations. So what you want to start with is, what is evergreen material for you? What can be sent out at any time and be relevant for everybody? All right. Information about the home buying process or home selling process, depending on what you are looking to accomplish, is often evergreen. There's a majority of information, there's a majority of the process that hasn't changed in a long time, and you can just create a value add around that. You can break the process down into 4 steps, 5 steps, create multiple different emails. That way they're looking forward to the emails, and your follow-up has sequence. Okay? Your follow-up has steps. All right, so have an intention, have a game plan. When will you follow up? Not only a game plan of what you're going to say, but when in your day Are you going to make the time to follow up with the people in your CRM? Now that you're setting tasks, right? You're not making the mistakes of not setting tasks on people. Now you have tasks. When are you going to get that done in your day? Okay, your top priorities in your business are new conversations and nurturing those previous conversations. So new and follow up. All right, that is what allows your business to grow. Conversations equals conversions. Contacts equals contracts. If we're not in a conversation, if we're not talking to people, our business is not moving. Okay, and now that doesn't mean I have to be face-to-face talking to somebody. That means my social media posts could be working talking to people for me. That means this video, after it is done being recorded, I can send this out and have conversations with people. Right? So what are you doing? When in your day are you following up with people? Following up and completing these tasks that you're setting, okay? When are you having these update conversations with people? When are you following up with them? If you're in contracts with people, when are you communicating with them? All right, so that needs to be one of the first things done in the beginning of the day. All right, when am I going to follow up? Open up your CRM. When am I going to follow up with these people today? I see I have 20 tasks to do. Oh, I have free time right between these appointments. I'm going to get them done here. Okay, when are you going to follow up? Be intentional on when you're going to get these tasks done. All right, if that time doesn't work out, okay, because I know, I know, and if your day goes nothing like you plan, give me a thumbs up, all right? Because I know just as well as you do that the days that you plan are not the days that occur in reality, right? The kids need you, all right? The inspector ends up going to the wrong house and you have to help them figure out what address it is and figure out that information, okay? All these things are gonna pop up and your day will not go as planned. Okay, so we're just going to assume that that's going to happen. Instead of falling victim to the randomness of the day, we're going to expect that something random is going to happen. All right, and we're going to plan ahead for that and say, all right, so if something pops up and I cannot get this follow-up done here, this is when I'm going to get it done instead. All right, that is how important these conversations are and these tasks are in your business. And again, if you're looking to increase up to 80%, you need to implement these in your business. New conversations and follow up and nurture conversations every single day. Okay? So not having intention and not having a game plan with your CRM, what you're going to do, when you're going to call them, what you're going to say. We need to have that intention set. And if you guys need help with this, let me know. I am happy to sit down and create a profitable follow-up plan. We use a profitable follow-up system, and that's what we do. We don't even need to think about it. We have it listed out exactly what we're going to say when we're going to follow up with these people. We don't have to think twice about it, okay? All right, next mistake. Mistake number 4 is not putting the... If you are meeting with somebody or you've set an appointment or you have their contact info and you're putting it in your phone book and not directly into your CRM, that is a mistake, all right? Do not work harder than you have to, okay? Your CRM is your business. You want to start there, all right? And if you do not have a CRM that has a mobile platform, consider a CRM that does. You are a mobile, half of your business is done on the road, so you want to make sure that your systems are capable of doing the same thing. All right, and sometimes even what's offered in our tech packages from our brokerage does not allow that to happen. So we need to find ways to either work around that, to be mobile, okay? Because saying, oh, well, it just doesn't work is not an excuse. Okay, if you're looking to capture the 80%, if you're looking to create a real estate empire, okay, I want to help you create an explosive, dynamic business that creates dozens upon dozens upon dozens of sales per month, okay? I'm not talking about 4 deals, 4 or 6 deals every single month. I'm talking about a huge business, guys, a real estate empire. These are the systems, these are the things that we need to have in place, and your team, all right, your team needs to have this in place. All right, so not putting the contact info directly into your CRM is a mistake. All right, when you get that info from the Post-it note into wherever you're putting, if you're adding the contact info, just skip the phone book on your phone and go right into the CRM and add the contact. All right, same with the calendar. If you set an appointment, go right into your CRM and add that appointment there. A lot of times the CRM will integrate with your Google Calendar. Most of them will. And if it's not doing that for you, find Zapier, do a workaround. Zapier is an app that allows apps that don't normally to communicate. All right. So we want to make sure that you have a way to put these systems in order so that way you don't even have to think about it. Okay. All right. So put that stuff directly into your CRM. Gosh, these emails coming in like crazy. Put those things directly into your CRM and skip the count, put that in later. Okay, you can go back if you need to. If they don't connect, put those into your other things manually, but those need to go right into your CRM. Your contact info for leads, appointments, put them right into your CRM so that way you have them along with a task to follow up. Okay? Mistake number 5. Not beginning your day with your CRM and with your conversations. Guys, I'm pretty guilty of this myself as well. What I like to do is I do my morning routine, and then right after my morning routine, I'm pretty much jumping into live prospecting with my clients or a coaching call. So what I want to do and what I've noticed whenever I was putting this list together is, I could do a better job at this. Okay, so right away, went into my calendar, and the immediate time slot that I have open in the morning, I've added my follow-up. Okay, because I used to kind of just wait for the end of the day, and a lot of times at the end of the day, I just wasn't feeling being on social media like that anymore. So I corrected that action, right? Review, and now I'm implementing an action plan in order to do that. So my follow-up is going to be earlier, guys. All right, so number 5 is not beginning your day by logging into your CRM and doing your conversations. If you do not have to be out and about, get your prospecting done first thing. Do your follow-up first thing in the morning, all right? You will have the most productive days when you start off like that, I promise you. Because a lot of the times, those are the last thing that we want to be doing is doing those conversations. For some reason, it's so funny, right? The thing that's the most important in our business, we tend to not even want to do, all right? But if we put that first, we're going to allow ourselves to have way more productive days. So start your day by logging into your CRM, not your email. All right, look at how many tasks you have that day and then figure out when you're going to get those done. All right, by us putting this off, we are putting off our business growth. All right, until you have ways to automatically lead generate and nurture. All right, you cannot be ignoring these steps at all. You never really can. You'll always have to be talking to people no matter what, right? Always going to have conversations with people. All right, moving on to mistake number 6 here. We have this mistake, and then we'll have mistake number 7, and then, guys, we're going to jump into this system, the routine, how to actually take these mistakes and now run with it daily in your business. All right, so step number 6, or mistake number 6, is quitting your follow-up tasks or stopping your follow-up tasks too early. All right, now I want to combine this number 6 is also because we're not asking the right questions. All right, so because we're not asking the right questions, we tend to stop our follow-up early. Because we don't ask the right questions and we say, oh, well, they're not interested, or, I've called them 20 times and they're not answering anymore. By us not taking ownership of conversion and a responsibility of our conversion, we are giving up almost 80% of our income. All right. We are not asking the right questions, and we are judging a lead before we even know the real motivation and real situation. Okay, so we need to understand psychology more. We need to understand what are the best questions to ask. How do we understand what is really going on? Okay, so asking the right questions and not ending your follow-up too early. A lot of time we end our follow-up, we stop following up with somebody because we cast the wrong judgment or we cast too early of a judgment. And we say, oh, this person's never going to buy. Do you guys really think a person's never going to buy or sell? That's ridiculous. All right, so as long as you maintain that relationship, and guys, there are such easy ways to do it. All right. It's almost so easy. We make it way too hard to follow up with people. All right. So remember, most sales are made between the 6th or 12th conversation. What is your 6 through 12 conversation plan? All right. What are your 12 touches? What are your 12 conversations? And I'm saying this is conversations, not dials, not attempts, not voicemails, not unanswered text messages. This is conversations, back and forth conversation. All right. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh no, most of my sales are happening around the 1st and 2nd, it's because you're only picking up the low hanging fruit. If you're getting those sales that are popping off real quick, that's because you're going after the low-hanging fruit and you haven't quite figured out how to work beyond people who aren't interested, and you haven't quite figured out how to nurture and grow a relationship from scratch. That's why you're missing out on up to 80% of your income. All right, so a lot of it is about taking responsibility of the conversion. All right, the mistake is not taking responsibility for the conversion, asking the wrong questions, so we're not following up as much as we should. We're ending our follow-up. All right. Last mistake. This mistake is not auditing your CRM. Okay. So even with the best systems in place, right? Again, we are just only human. One mistake that would always catch me up, regardless of what I had in place, is, let's say I just finished talking to somebody and I got off the phone with them and I was in the middle of typing notes. All right, so I would set the task after I typed the notes, and my daughter would come in and ask me a question. Okay, oh yes, have a snack for the 15th time today. Yes, you can have a snack. Okay, and now I go back to the profile, finish typing my notes, and just move on to the next profile thinking, okay, I got everything, moving on. All right, so now this person in a database of thousands of people no longer has a task, no longer has a way to rise to the surface and say, hey, take action. Hey, reach out. Okay, so auditing, I recommend setting just a quick audit every 30 days where you go into your CRM and pull lists in a certain way to catch yourself from any leads falling through the cracks. Okay, so this can be done super quick. You could also delegate this, have a team member do it, have a VA do it. I mean, honestly, you could just do it. It takes 10 seconds. So go in there and pull up last contacted. And this is why it's important to use your CRM, log your calls in your CRM, put your notes in your CRM. When was the last time this person was contacted, and filter your whole list, filter your whole CRM by last contacted. All right, and say, all right, who has been more than 30 or 90 days or whatever your current time frame is for a phone call? Who's been X amount of time without this follow-up, without this phone call? Okay, and you can do the same thing with email, right? Depending on what information your CRM will display. But go in and filter your data. If you can filter by people who do not have a task set on them, filter by people who do not have a campaign set on them. Right? Go in and figure out how can you manipulate this data, and every 30 days, run in there real quick, first thing in the morning, just jump in, go to last contacted and see, all right, oops, this person didn't have a task on them. Oops, this person actually said they're interested and for some reason I forgot to set a task. Okay, now pro tip, set tasks for about a year. So set a quarterly phone call, at least a quarterly phone call on everybody. Okay, that way in case something like that happens, there is at least a task happening within that quarter, has that person coming up. And if you have already contacted them in the meantime and they don't need that conversation, good for you. You can complete that task. All right, so the 7th mistake was not auditing. All right, real quick, before I jump into the system the actual system of how to implement this in your day, what this looks like in your day, I want to run through those mistakes one more time, all right? So mistake number 1, not putting everyone into your CRM. This means vendors, business partners, sphere of influence, people who aren't interested, door knocking conversations, open house contacts, past clients, referrals from other people, Zillow, internet leads, all of those in your CRM. Mistake number 2, not setting tasks or reminders to follow up with everybody. Guys, if you don't want to follow up with them, get them out of your CRM or give them to another agent and make 25% off of it. Like, get it out of there. You don't need clutter. Number 3, third mistake, not having intention on when in your day you're going to follow up with people and when you're going to follow up with them as far as the process goes, right? How long are you going to wait between follow-ups? When are you going to call them again? What is your intention? What is your game plan? What are you going to say through these 6 through 12 follow-ups as you nurture and build the know, like, trust factor and build rapport through your follow-up? Mistake number 4, not putting their contact info directly into their CRM, putting it into your contact book first, or putting it into Google Calendar first. Skip that step. Put it right into your CRM. Your CRM is your business, okay? If you do not have a way to automatically put that on your calendar, put that on your calendar later, but start with your CRM, okay? Start with that CRM. All right, it's better to put it there in your CRM than it is to not have it in your CRM at all and forget about doing it. All right, I know that's obvious, but get it done. Mistake number 5, not beginning your day with logging into your CRM and not beginning your day with the income producing activities like talking to people. All right, not sending out your follow-ups, not doing your prospecting. All right, we want to begin our day with the conversations, begin our day with the things that matter most to our business. And guys, you're just going to love your day so much more. I promise. Just try it out. Try it out. Make 5 phone calls in the morning. All right, and if you don't automatically just finish the rest of them, you're going to love how you feel and you're going to be more productive and you're just going to feel more professional because you know you're supposed to be doing that and you did it first thing. You know most agents aren't even doing it. So do that first thing. Mistake number 6 was quitting your follow-up too early because you're not asking the right questions. So because you're not asking the right questions, you're misjudging the client, you're misjudging the lead, you're misjudging what they need from you, and you're not following up. There's never a reason to stop following up with somebody. Your follow-up plan should work for people who aren't even interested. If you need help with this, meet with me. I am happy to help you do it, both for your sake and your clients'. All right, and then mistake number 7 was not auditing. Creating a quick audit and make sure nobody is slipping through any of these cracks. All right, so those were the 7 main mistakes that are bottlenecking your business and holding you back from income. Okay, if at any point you're like, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that, yeah, I know that, take a serious look and figure out if you're actually doing these things. Okay, and if you're doing them to your best of your ability. This is an easy, instant way for you to start making more money. And we often have these limits and we put the ball in other people's court and we give other people the responsibility of our conversion. Okay, if that's you, this video is not for you. You won't be happy with doing these things. But if you feel responsible for your conversion, if you are the one who wants to take ownership of your success, all right, then keep implementing these steps. All right, now here's how this looks on a daily basis. Okay, and feel free to change this and operate how it's going to work for you, but this is kind of just a basic flow. So first thing in the morning, step 1, you're going to log into your system in the morning. That should be one of the very first things that you do, especially since most CRMs are going to show you who's been active on your website. A lot of CRMs have your website. So who's been on your website since the previous day or since the last time you were logged in? What new emails do you have? What new texts, what new leads are coming through? You want to check that and revolve your way around your day around these, okay? And not your email first thing. All right? Not your email first thing. If it is truly important, it's not going to be sent in an email. If it is an incredibly urgent, true, important item, urgent thing that cannot go a second without you, that they're going to call you. All right, so don't even worry about your email until you figure out when are you going to move your business forward by making these new and follow-up conversations in the CRM. All right, so first thing, log into your CRM in the morning. How many tasks do you have? Look at your calendar. When are you going to get them done? And schedule time and treat it like an appointment. Do not schedule something over it. Do not go to lunch instead, okay? Schedule time for it. Now, also look, if a true emergency does arise, when can I make my follow-up conversations instead? All right, what is your plan B time? All right, so you're gonna add that. So as you're going through your day, if you are sitting down for a dedicated prospecting session, all of your new conversations and people you are attempting to reach need to go into your CRM. All right, people you are attempting to reach need to go into your CRM as well, because another thing to know is that it takes 6 to 12, another 6 to 12, right? Another 6 to 12 touches for someone to even pick up the first time. All right, so even for someone to answer or to respond to you the first time, it often takes 6 through 12 attempts of you reaching out. All right, so again, the ball's always in your court. Not I've already called them 12 times. I'm gonna stop now. No, the ball's in your court. And remember, you're gonna take responsibility for your conversion. You're gonna take responsibility for your success. You're not gonna leave conversion up to somebody else. All right. So when you are going through your dedicated prospecting sessions, add them into your CRM with a reminder to follow up with them. Okay. And again, as long as you operate every single day, you're going to show up. You're going to pull up your tasks and you're going to complete the task for that day. If you don't get them done, set them out for later in that day or that week. Hey, Melissa, thank you so much for joining. You're going to love this one. I bet you're doing a lot of this already. All right, so when you are doing that prospecting session, they need to go into the CRM. Anybody that you want to maintain or nurture or build that relationship with or potentially provide service to, they need to go into the CRM. All right, simplify your business by having everybody in one spot. These small exception I will make to that is if you are using a program like Vulcan 7 where you have hundreds and hundreds of leads, make sure that you have a way to call those same batch of people over and over again. And if you're not constantly poking them, if you're not providing the 6 through 12 touches for them to pick up, they won't respond. All right, you're not providing urgency. You're not giving them a reason to pick up if your call can easily be ignored. All right, and again, most real estate agents are only making it to the third conversation. So you need to be ready and prepared to make these phone calls well in advance, all right? Be prepared to make 6 through 12 dials. Be prepared for them to pick up. Be prepared to make 6 through 12 conversations with these people, all right? So adding them into your CRM, super important as you're going on about your day, all right? So what about when you are out and about, okay? So you are at a showing and your team leader calls you and say, hey, Melissa, when you get a chance, can you call Susan? She's interested in a home evaluation, okay? So first thing you want to do is open your CRM and add Susan into your CRM. Melissa's like, yeah, I got that. Susan's in my CRM. All right. So yes, she's every morning I do all my tasks in my CRM. Okay. So as you're going about your day, straight into the CRM. All right. If you are like me and like to write things down, I love writing things down, guys. I don't get the same satisfaction just putting it into my computer. I just don't. All right. So I love writing things down. So in the calendar, there is a reminder to catch at the end of every single night, add into CRM, update CRM, all right, add notes, all right, and whatever you've written needs to go into a digital version somewhere. If it's a note, put it into a digital version somewhere because digital notes, guys, can be searched, right? How many times have you lost information? Right? Oh, I can't remember which notebook it was in. I can't remember which piece of paper it was on, right? So we need to make sure that we create time, all right? That'll allow you to create time because you're not searching through all of your notebooks. You're not trying to find which Post-it note their information was on. It's in your CRM. You don't have to think twice about it. All right, so as you're going on about your day, if you write things down, if you enjoy writing things down like I do, and put a catch, a fail-safe in your calendar, a reminder to follow up, a reminder to add any Post-it notes, add your writing into the digital spot, all right? Whether that's the calendar or your CRM, or notes, okay? Put the digital stuff, put the paper stuff into the computer, all right? So you woke up in the morning, you logged into your CRM, you planned your day around your business income producing activities, okay? And then you're going on about your day and you're adding clients as they come up. You're adding opportunities as they come up into your CRM. Now, here's the thing, guys. I don't want you to think, no, that doesn't work for me, okay? I want you to, it's just a habit that has to be formed, okay? And we know habits take time, right? Habits are really hard to develop if we're not working on them consistently, if we don't have the support and if we don't have the mindset of it being capable, or of us being able to achieve it. Okay, so begin with the attitude of this will work for you and you will figure it out and you will be capable of using your CRM like the center of the business that it is. All right. And especially, guys, especially for those of you who plan on building a team, when you pay for leads for your team, how do you want them to treat those leads? Do you want your leads to be on Post-it notes that get soda spilled on them or crumpled up on the floor and lost? Leads that you're spending $20,000 a month to supply? Yes, still leads are that expensive. All right, Facebook ads get pricey. Marketing is expensive. And the last thing you're gonna want is your people on your team throwing away your money. All right, this is your money. Keep your money in your CRM. Your CRM's like your bank. It's like your vault, okay? Those contacts, Melissa, yeah, like gold, absolutely. Okay, those contacts are your babies, all right? They need to be kept in your vault, which is your CRM, okay? So you're going on about your day and you're adding people into your CRM. So let's talk about that real quick here. When you are updating, when you are adding people into your CRM, there are several things, no matter what CRM you have, that you need to have and you need to keep organized to create time and, again, to simplify your business. Every single one of these will allow you to create time in your business and will increase your income when you apply them, all right? Now, here's what you need to do when you have your CRM open. And guys, this is a very heavy note class right now. Like this training, a lot of notes will be taken here. So if you need to rewatch it, please set time in your calendar, put a reminder to watch this and take notes on it and figure out what steps you need to implement that will be the most beneficial for your business, okay? Take one of these and figure out how to run with it and implement it. All right, so running on here, no matter what CRM, this is what you need to update. Number one, when you have that contact, before you move on, there are 4 things you need to do. Okay, so do a 1, 2, 3, 4 check before you move on to the next profile or before you get out of this profile and move on with your life in order to stay up to date and allow for multiple things to happen. So here they are. Number 1 is their pipeline. Where are they in the sales process? Okay, this might look like new lead, contacted, attempting to contact, nurture, past client. All right, appointment set. Where are they from hello to welcome home? Okay, that needs to be mapped out. And that, guys, that alone will allow you to pinpoint and work with so many numbers and create a scalable and predictable business, but that's for another time. All right, so pipeline. Where are they from hello to welcome home and beyond? All right. Number 2, notes. Update their notes. Okay, what is going on in their life right now? What current events are happening to them? Did they tell you their favorite color was red? Type that in your notes. Okay, did they say my daughter plays soccer? Put it in the notes. Oh, my favorite hockey team is this. Put it in the notes. All right, you want to put almost everything that you can think of into your notes. All right, because this will give you ammunition and allow you to follow up in ways that no other real estate agent is following up. All right. When you take notes, number one, it's going to give you a great reminder of who this person is. Have you ever pulled up a contact 6 months later and it's blank and you're like, what? Have I even talked to this person? Like, no idea. Guys, yeah, I've been there too. It sucks. Okay. And then half the time you just delete it. All right, so we will avoid that by taking notes, especially if you're working for sale by owners and expires, these people who aren't interested right now. You have a 2-minute conversation. How are you going to remember what to say and how to follow up with them? Okay, and in a way that stands out. It's your notes. All right. Yeah, Melissa, we'll dive into numbers like KPIs, like really understanding metrics. Is that what you're looking for on our next call? I think I have Nikki coming up, but we'll definitely talk about metrics and really how to look at your pipeline and create predictable and scalable business. If that's what you're looking for, let me know in the comments and we'll definitely put that together for you. For everyone, okay? So creating pipeline, updating the pipeline, updating notes, updating the tasks. Again, remember one of the mistakes was not setting a task for everybody. Set a task for everyone. If you know, like, for me, I would stop setting tasks on somebody that I was like showing homes with pretty consistently. Yeah, we're showing homes almost every single day. We're pretty good friends now at this point. So that's just like almost constant communication back and forth. Guys, it has happened where, and I'm sure if this has happened to you, give me a like or a comment, let me know below, where you've had this person who was super busy, all right, and then you have people who are actually ready for the sale and you're writing offers with these people and they get busy in their life and they start sliding off. And then months later, you're like, oh my God, I forgot I was showing homes to these people and it's been 2 months now and what's happened, right? So that is a situation that can be avoided by adding tasks for everybody. Again, even if you think, okay, I'm in constant communication with this person, set a backup task. Set a task for a month out, so 2 weeks out. Again, a fail safe. It's better to have too many tasks than not enough. All right, so pipeline, notes, tasks, and then the fourth thing is going to be tags, labels, or customizable fields, okay? So some CRMs, like I use HubSpot for my business, and it does not necessarily have a spot for tags, but what I can do is a customizable field, so I just created mine as tag, all right? So now my customizable field is my tag section. Now this tag allows you, so what you're gonna do is it allows for further organization and allows for customizable follow-up with people. Okay, so what you can do is say, for example, that you found out that they like car shows. Okay, so what you can do is you find out that there's a car show coming up in a couple of weekends, and now you go into your CRM and you can pull up everybody that you've tagged or labeled or entered the customizable field for car show. And you pull up an email and you send out, hey, I was thinking, or I saw this advertisement for a car show coming up this weekend, made me think about you, wanted to send it your way. Okay, so now they're seeing your face, you're following up in a way that's not about real estate. And again, if you were the last one who was communicating, right, and you're like, oh man, I followed up with them and they're ghosting me, I don't know what to say, send them something that doesn't have anything to do with real estate so they don't feel any pressure. All right, hey, car show coming up this weekend. Hope you're able to enjoy it. Okay, oftentimes they'll write back and say, oh man, thank you so much. I've been meaning on getting back to you. But a lot of times they're ghosting us because they are too embarrassed to follow up with us. They are ashamed of ghosting us. Okay, so again, the ball's in our court. Don't ever give up on the follow-up and using the tags. Yeah, Melissa, run with this idea. It's a lot of fun. You can do tags on hobbies. Think of any of the hobbies. Anytime they mention a hobby, to put it in there. If they mention grandkids, put it in there. Their industry, their line of work, put it in there. Whatever loan they qualify for. If you know they're going to do a VA loan, and you have a lender that came and has done a presentation on the specials that VAs are doing right now, VA loans are offering right now, crazy rates or whatever offer they have. Now you have a way to follow up with everybody with one email. Again, creating time and increasing your income, increasing that nurture, and creating, building that rapport. Okay, so tags and labels will allow you to follow up, mass communicate with people, and follow up in a way that is truly unique, and other people are not following up with them in that way. All right, so as you're going on about your day, you have your person pulled up. You're going to update their pipeline, so where they are from hello to welcome home and beyond. You're going to update your notes. You're going to update your tasks. And you're going to update your tags, okay? Now, a couple of other things that you do want to make sure that I'm going to throw out there is if you're operating with campaigns, do they need to be on a campaign? Do they need to be on a property alert or MLS? Every seller could benefit, every buyer could benefit from being set up on an MLS, especially even if it's just once a quarter, even if it's just once a month. All right, they can benefit from seeing where the market is. All right, because what happens is, guys, they'll ignore it when they're not ready. Okay, if they're not interested, they'll ignore it. Some of them will look around in it. Some of them actually enjoy. A lot of people enjoy looking at homes, right? Why is HGTV such a big thing? People enjoy looking at homes. Give them that opportunity. Because guess what, guys? They will lie to you, but they will not lie to your website. They will tell you they are not interested, but they're going to be on your website all night long, looking at all kinds of properties, sending them, they're doing all kinds of things, but they're going to tell you they're not interested. Okay? All right, so that will give you, setting them up on the property alert, setting them up on those MLS portals, websites, getting them in tune with properties is a way for you to pick up on their behavior. Okay, when they are interested, they're going to start looking at the emails again. And then all of a sudden, after months of no activity or years of no activity, they start looking at the emails again. All right. When I had access to my MLS, the emails that I put in there from the very beginning of my career to the end of the 4 years, they were still looking. Some of those emails were still looking at properties after all of that time. Isn't that ridiculous? After 4 years, they're still looking at properties. Crazy. So we want to make sure that we're giving them that opportunity. All right. Yeah. Until they are interested, and then they will remember you. They will remember you. Once they are interested, they'll start remembering, start putting that all together. Oh man. Yeah. They've been sending me all of this helpful stuff. And then you become the important in their life. Okay, so as you're going on about your day, again, this is the system. Number one, all right, start with your CRM. Figure out when you're going to do your prospecting, when you're going to do your follow-up calls, okay? Really, we're talking about follow-up calls here, okay? Because we're talking about not having to dig around for new leads. And this is how you're going to do it, by following up, by fulfilling your 6 through 12 conversations and more if needed in a limited amount of time. Okay, so open up your CRM, start setting tasks on everybody, so that way you finally have a list of everybody you need to call that day. No one's going to fall through the cracks anymore. As you are going on about your day, do not put it into in your phone book. Put them right into your CRM. As you're getting new information, as you are getting updated about referrals or about somebody's transaction, put that in your CRM. Take a moment, put it in your CRM, or delegate and have somebody else put that in there for you. All right, so that way you can start monitoring and start tracking these things and start becoming that real professional. And again, guys, when you want to create a team, if you want to have a team, you cannot expect your team to do this if you're not able to do this, because how are you going to help them if they're telling you that they're too busy? Are they going to be too busy to make you money? When you're spending money on leads, And are you going, is them being too busy to keep up with them going to be an acceptable answer for you? That's what you want to think of. All right. So as you're going on about your day, put them right into your CRM and set the pipeline, update your notes, update your tasks, and update your tags on each person. Okay, when I first started, I had that pipeline notes task written on a checklist and stuck on my computer until I got the hang of it. All right. Okay, guys, that about sums it up. I am here to help with a strategy session for anybody who is looking to install a CRM in their business, implement a CRM in your business. If you are actually ready to talk about Purple Elephant, to talk about my Exponential Profits Blueprint and how Purple Elephant agent coaching and business strategy can actually create time and create income in your business within 30 days. Let me know. I'm happy to sit with you and give you all the ins and outs and everything you want to know. So guys, next week, Wednesday, okay, this coming GCC TV, I have a special guest, Nikki Bronstorp, and she is going to tell you how she got over $10 million in listing appointments in 1 week. All right, she lined up $10 million. Yeah, Melissa, dude. $10 million of listing appointments in 1 week. All right. And she's already knocked down 2 or 3 of those. I think she's already got the listings for. So stay tuned for this coming on Wednesday, GCC TV. You've got to listen to her. She is a force to be reckoned with. I call her the real estate warrior princess. So you're going to hear from her, and absolutely thank you for joining and watching. Give me a thumbs up if you made it to the end, because you're awesome. All right, guys, kick butt, and we'll see you next week. Here to help in the meantime.